Great, Italy.
So
Okay, so yeah, we're happy to have you here today at our free online workshop with Anna Ivanova. And the workshop is going to be devoted to children portraits and not kind of usual and typical child portrait, but to a portrait with extreme light. Anna, could you tell us before we start, how did you pick this topic?
You mean
Why
topic extreme light? Oh, I'm in love with ballet and theater, and I used to stay behind the stands of my native cousin's state theater. It was a ballet, Sleeping Beauty, and I really adore it. And there is a scene with dancing children. Actually, they are not very small children, but they're teenagers, but they're students of the local ballet academy. So, and one of the students, the girl, we have today to paint in wonderful, really stand light that I adore. And you will see how to, even if you use extreme lights, like extreme colors, like red one, lilac, bright blue colors, you can get a very harmonic picture to express the unique scene of the theater, and actually it's included with a teenager portrait. So all of them in one picture.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I see many people writing hi from France, Portugal, UK, Germany, Singapore. Great. So USA, amazing. Okay. So as I already said, today's workshop is going to be devoted to child portrait in complex light. And we are going to talk about how to depict these complex lights, how to make the face look realistic despite of the complex and extreme light. And that's what we're going to talk today about. Could you please now write in the chat from 1 to 10, somehow estimate your level in watercolor, from 1 being a beginner and 10 being a professional artist. That's always very important for us to know, and especially for Anna, so that she could somehow adjust her comments for today's workshop. And while you are doing this, I see 1, 2, 1, 5, 6, 7, 7, 6, 4, 4, 5, 3, 6, 7, 10. Wow. 7, 8, 2, 2, 5, 7, 1.
Hey guys, I don't feel me as 10, and somebody can feel 10. Great.
Yeah. I hear it quite often. Yeah. I hear it quite often.
Yeah, when people ask me about my level from 1 to 10, I feel always like maybe 6 or maybe 7. Okay, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now
4, 5, 1.
No, not sure.
Yeah. So while you're will you send also a video recording? Yes, we will. It will be available just for a couple of days for everyone. And as I will tell you later, it's going to be available for the lifetime for those of you who are joining Anna's brand new course devoted to children portrait. And I think it's also available for those of you who are in Artefacto family, for the members. So someone is writing, Anna, God, you are 10 or even 12. You are amazing.
No, yeah. Not like this, really. I don't feel like 10.
Yeah.
And I'm still studying, so it's endless process.
I think it's endless process. Yeah, true. Yeah. So for those of you who who don't know, my name is Miroslava, and I'm the founder of Artefacto online learning platform. Recently, most of the workshops were run by my colleague Filipa, but today I'm here with you. And yeah, at Artefacto, we do not just, our aim is not just to teach you how to paint, but also to show you how to think like an artist. And that's why all our courses and on all our workshop, we do our best to take you out of your comfort zone, so that you not just copy and follow the demonstration, but also try to do something on your own. Therefore, we include in our courses different creative tasks, which are guided in a way, but in which you can produce a piece of your own. Yeah. So that's our philosophy. And as many of you know, all our artists are professional artists with a huge experience. They are best in their spheres. And Anna Ivanova, I think many of you already know her. She has so many courses with us already, devoted to horses, to ballerinas, that one of the favorite topics of Anna, children portrait, that was part 1, and today we're going to be introducing part 2, more complex, with complex backgrounds, and a little bit different, not a little bit, significantly different from the one we had before. And it will show you and we're going to introduce you to this topic from different angle, so that you are capable not only to paint the portrait and depict all the features correctly, but also to kind of tell a story with your portrait, yeah, to show a little bit of background and to immerse people into the atmosphere. And yeah, Anna has received many awards worldwide on different watercolor biennale and contests, and so on. She participated in different exhibitions all around the world. Her paintings are in different, also were sold to people from different countries and continents. Yeah, so, and here are some examples of Anna's paintings related to the topic of portraits. I'm sure you can always recognize her style and her brush, as it is said. And gonna enjoy today's workshop, as she's gonna share with you her knowledge and skills, and gonna share with you some tips and tips how to create this charming portraits. I see some of your questions about the colors and so on and so forth, and brands and so on. I think Anna is gonna touch upon this before she will before she starts painting.
Yes, of course.
But yeah, so yeah, and please do paint with us. If not, and I know many people do not paint along, because it's not an easy task at all. Yeah, as this is a live stream, and you cannot stop it. You cannot play backwards, play back, play forward. Yeah, so if you do not have your art supplies at place, just watch it, write down some important ideas and life hacks. And please do keep your questions till the end. Yeah, if there are like any questions related to the painting process, feel free to write them in the chat. Quite often, some other participants of the workshops are taking those questions and answering. And some questions which are very critical to the painting process, I'm gonna be asking and interrupting Anna. Yeah, if there are any problems with connection and you cannot hear or you cannot see or whatsoever, yeah, please do follow the recommendations which one of my colleagues are going to be giving you in the chat. Alternatively, you can also press the button which is called support just below the video, and you're going to see also some tips on what to do. But before we start, how to make screen larger. You can either double click on the screen. Yeah, you can double click on the screen and it's going to be large. Yeah, so if you're going to be painting along, or you're going to be watching, or maybe, I don't know, painting it later, this painting. Please do not forget to post your paintings on Instagram. We always highlight your amazing works. You can use a hashtag paint_with Artefacto. You can see it here. Or you can tag our school, Artefacto_school, and you can also tag Anna. I think it's Ava4, and we'll be happy to highlight them, comments, and so on. Okay, so as I said earlier, today we're going to be talking about complex lights, and we're going to learn how to depict child's anatomy and proportions. We're going to use wet and blend technique with wet and dry approaches. After the demo, we're going to be running a presentation of our brand new course, Children Portrait, Lighting and Backgrounds. And afterwards, we're going to have Q&A sessions. So please, I ask you again, please, if you have any questions to Anna, yeah, we're going to answer them all at the end of this workshop. They're going to be Q&A session, so please keep them till the end, unless it's related to the painting process. Okay? Please write pluses in the chat if everyone, if it's okay for you to keep the questions till the end. Otherwise, we're not gonna paint anything, and we're gonna stop somewhere and keep answering the questions. Okay, Anna, would you please tell us what are the main problems artists face when painting portraits? But before you start answering, I also would like to ask everyone right now, could you tell us what are the main problems you personally experience when painting portraits, so that Anna today could address some of these questions while doing the demonstration, and maybe specify some questions, give some extra comments, or we can take those questions and problems and challenges which you have at the end of this workshop. Please do likeness, shades, harmonizing colors, nose, eye, lips, shadows. Do you mean nose, eye, lips? Do you mean the drawing part, or with watercolor? Edges, proportions, make really look like the person. Yeah. good challenge. Drawing.
Problem.
Likeness, proportions, eyes are the most difficult. Tom, that's the comment for you. If you haven't done so, I think we sent it via email and also announced it on our Instagram. Please do visit our YouTube channel, and there is a video lesson by Anna devoted to painting a realistic eye. So you can watch it, and I'm sure that some of your questions are going to be answered. Skin colors. Yeah, we also have such a video on YouTube. Skin colors. You can also go to our YouTube channel and find their video about I think it's called how to mix skin tones or something like that. Yeah, so there is a video already on our YouTube channel about skin tones and about painting realistic eyes. So you can find them on YouTube. Super, I will check YouTube. Right, yes. Drawing, super, never made a portrait. Okay, Tarina, we're gonna try it right now. To match the painted portrait with the reference, perfect drawing, skin tones, shades. Okay, I see your questions. So I think Anna also has heard all your questions, and she's gonna to certain extent comment on them while during today's demonstration. being a beginner, there is a lot to learn. We always hope to learn straight away, need a lot more practice. I think that's the key. That's the key. Practicing, 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 looking at different techniques, different approaches. Yeah. Anna, could you now maybe comment on these top 7 difficulties in portrait paintings, which you highlighted?
Yeah, making right proportions and symmetry of the face. Yeah, for me, it was the main, I think, thing to explore, because actually, I think you know that I'm a self-taught artist. So I don't have any special education except art school in my, really early childhood. And I didn't understand this symmetry, these proportions, and that's all. So first thing that I explored was watercolor technique. And then I've seen that something was wrong with my pictures, because, yes, and somehow the technique was beautiful. The person was almost the same, but one eye was a bit, higher, another was bigger, and mouth could go on the left side or opposite side, and so on. And then I decided to find a teacher, who could show me how to manage this thing. Because if the proportions, we are unique. Every person is unique, because the person has his proportions and some kind of symmetry. So if we follow this characteristic, so we solve the problem with likeness. So they both depend on each other.
Yeah.
So second question, mixing the suitable skin tone. Actually, I don't use too many colors for the skin tone, but we all know that there are so many people with different tones of the skin. Even now I have sunburn. So
suntan. Yeah.
I look a bit different, but I still use the same colors of watercolor you can see on my palette. I will talk about them a bit later, and I will show you how to paint, really pale skin with four I think colors, and really dark one, or shadows of the same skin tone with the same color. So you don't need to have like 1,000 of colors to express everything. But again, we all have our unique color, and we need to know how to to mix them to show that we paint exactly this person. Realistic emotions and face expressions. Yeah, again, it's all everything of emotions and face expressions are really individual, but we can, sometimes people pursue this aim or to show all emotions on the face. So a portrait can look much older, just because we try our best to show every wrinkle, and it's not good. So again, I will show today we are going to paint a really young teenage girl. So I will show you how to express this softness of the skin and the age and so on. So getting resemblance and expressing the individuality of your models. Yeah, this question, yes, so also is about the 3 first points, actually. It's all together. 5.
Yeah, because it's about likeness. Yeah, it's about likeness. And it goes back to wrinkles and all those mimics and skin tone and proportions, symmetry.
That we're all obsessed with. Painting light and shadows correctly. Yes, because the likeness depends a lot of shadows, actually. Maybe not, it's not very important, the light part, as a shadow, because, for example, I have very bad visions. The only thing that I can see of a person, usually it's just a shadow. So I know every single person just seeing their shadows on the face. Yeah. So if you paint the shadows in right way, so it will be the same person as you would like to show. creating volume. Yeah, it's also this. Yeah, you know, every part of the of light and shadow has many tints. For example, shadow has not only, you know, it's not just a shadow. It just half shadow, the heart of the shadow, and reflects. But all of them are shadow. But every single of this part has its unique characteristics. And so it helps to create this volume, connecting the face and the background harmoniously. Oh, this is the I think the for me the hardest part of the painting is background. You know, you can make a huge work, unique work, beautiful one, painting the face, the I don't know whatever, all details, and then kill everything with background. This is my pain. But I'm fighting with it, so I will show you how to. I hope I can fight it today. I can win it.
As always, you're so self-critic, unbelievable. How comes?
No. Let's see, or fail or win.
Okay, nothing else in between. Okay,
No.
then let's go.
So yeah, a lot of questions. Just a moment. I will.
Yeah, could you make it her? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm turning off my.
Yeah,
I'm turning off my video and audio in case you need me. Just let me know, okay?
Okay. So I think everything is okay. Tell me a few words.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is fine.
So a lot of questions about my materials. So I think the most important things for me are my brushes. So you can see that life was hard for them. So they look really awful like this one, but still I love them and I don't want to change it. So I use mostly I use Chinese brushes. These three are Chinese and they are all natural. It's some kind of Kolinsky. They call it like a red wolf hair, but actually it's just Kolinsky. And this one is goat one. And the only one brush that looks like, you know, a vampire with entire life, it's a Winsor & Newton one. So I use it for maybe 3 years endlessly, but it still looks amazing. I would love to look like this brush after many years of work. So it's sable one and 19 millimeter Winsor & Newton natural one. Really wonderful brush. I will show you how this brush works, because usually all big portraits I paint with this brush. And about colors, this is not my general palette. My general palette is smaller, but for today we need a few really dark colors. So that's why I have here violet, and I think violet and permanent alizarin crimson. But actually, you don't need so many colors. Of course, you can use your own palette, because I think you know that every one of us is unique with its vision and so on. So I can help you to find your right colors, but you can use your own ones as well. So I prefer 3 brands of the colors. Core, this is American brand. I really love it. It's very bright, but not a lot of colors. So I can say that I prefer a color, not the brand. So if I like, for example, raw sienna by Core, it's because it has some unique characteristics for me. For example, this raw sienna is very calm, and when I mix, and I mix a lot of colors at the same time. And this raw sienna doesn't give greenish tints too much. Yes, of course it gives, but not like, you know, super green. Another one very essential for me as for skin tone is Van Dyke Brown, especially by Core. Another one that is good is Van Dyke Brown by Winsor & Newton. The thing is that the Van Dyke Brown usually has quite greenish tint, but this one has a reddish tint. And these colors, I mean, these earth colors by Core, they are really pure. The pigment is very thin. So when I mix, again, a lot of colors, it doesn't give dirty colors, dirty tints. And because, you know, usually it's quite hard to find right earth colors. And this one are amazing. So another colors that we will use today, again, transparent Pyrrole orange and Pyrrole red light, again by Core. They are super bright. They're super bright, and I usually use them when I paint some unique stance, as for example today's portrait, or for example if I want to paint somebody next to the fire and so on. So really amazing, like a pure fire. Permanent alizarin crimson, usually I don't use it at all because I don't like too much red colors, so I prefer to avoid them. But this one is amazingly beautiful. Let's see if I use it today. I will show you. About my blue colors. So, and blue cereal, mostly by Mijello. This Mijello, it's Korean brand. Very nice one. For example, these two tubes I used for 5 years. So actually very bright, very saturated, but the colors are extremely bright. Blue-gray, I use when I want to make brightness a bit softer. But if you use it, this is opaque color, so it contains white. So that's why it's quite dangerous to use it too much, because when you put it a lot, so the color looks a bit dull. And to create the dark tones, I use these 3 colors. Ultramarine, French ultramarine, raw sepia, and dioxazine purple. They're amazing for the bright and transparent and really dark background, or anyway for some dark places on your picture. And by the way, almost all of these colors, except I think this one, and maybe, let's see, yes, and this one, they are all one pigment, just one pigment. Maybe that's why they are so clean, pure, and saturated. But I love these 3 brands a lot. They never, they never make me sad about, you know, buying them. So about the colors, that's all. And a few words about the paper that I use, and I will show you my strategy to draw the portrait. So my
Anna, can I interrupt you a little bit?
Yes, of course.
There are a few questions here with people who have some problems with the video. Is lagging or something, buffering, and so on and so forth. And now I would like to ask everyone, could you write pluses in the chat if everything is fine on your end, and this is kind of like some individual problems of the participants, or it's a problem for everyone? Could you now please write pluses in the chat if everything is fine and you can see and hear us and so on? Okay, I see many pluses. Fine, pluses. Okay, that's good. So for those of you who have any problems with the connection, the video buffering, stopping all the time, no audio, or any other problems, there are several. Please do follow recommendations my colleague is giving you in the chat. Or you can also, please now close all unnecessary tabs on your computer or your phone. Yeah, please check your internet connection. It always influences a lot. Yeah, you can also, we always recommend to use Google Chrome, as this is somehow working always better. Also, you can try to log out and log in again into the webinar room following the link which you received via email or Facebook Messenger. It's dropping in and out in Australia. Yeah, Jeanette, I'm sorry to hear this. You can please try to reload the page, pressing F5 on your computer, or reload sign on your phone. And yeah, Lulu, I see, yeah, you're writing that it's so frustrating, I always stops, but it seems like it's like some connection problem on your end, as you can see, like here almost 500 people watching it, and majority of people are writing that it's fine. So yeah, please try to see and check your internet speed, or try to log out and log in again, or maybe try another browser or try another device. Yeah, so that's it. Someone also asked who has a problem with connection, asked about recording. Yes, there will be recording. It's going to be available for a couple of days so that you can catch up and watch it. Okay. Yeah, great. So let's continue. Sorry for this interruption.
No problem. And about my paper, I always use just a pure cotton paper. Because yeah, of course you can use cellulose or mixed paper, but the only thing that maybe cotton is better is that cotton holds the water much better than other types, for example. Yeah, and of course it has and pluses and minuses. Mine is by Sennelier paper, 100 cotton, 300 grams, and cold pressed. Why I choose it? It's quite raw paper, and it holds a lot of water quite for a long time. But yeah, I'm in Spain now, and it's plus 35, and I will do my best to make it wet. But anyway, this is the main characteristics of this paper. But minuses, of course, it has minuses. So the colors are quite dull. Not that just, if we have a time of being wet for a quite long period, so the minus is all colors dull. Yeah, of course, there is some paper that even worse. I mean, not worse. The colors can be more dull. For example, I like a lot as well Hahnemuller Turner and Cezanne, and they hold water even longer than Sennelier. But again, the colors are, quite pale in the end. But actually, that's why I use such colors as Core, Sennelier, or Mijello that have high quality pigments, super concentrated and saturated. So it's some kind of compensation of this characteristic of this paper. So, anytime you have any problem, you can solve it with, playing with materials. Just you need to know their characteristics. What else? I think about the paper, it's very individual. The thing is that it can be very good for me, but maybe it's not very good for you. So all types of paper are good. You just need to know them well. That's the only problem. Just patience. I'm not very patient, but I have a lot of paper. So let's talk about the drawing. Yes, because the drawing it's the biggest. For me, it's the biggest part of the portrait. If the drawing is good, so the result will be, I think it's like 50% of success. Yeah, I prepared the drawing because usually I pay a lot of attention to it, and this time I would like to show you a short short version. Of course, in every my lesson in that filmed in Artefacto school contains the part with very detailed drawing, and I have such a wonderful thing as iPad, and I will show you how I manage it. Okay. So when I'm planning the picture, usually I work generally with the photos. So before I begin to draw everything, I make a ready composition, prepared composition on the photo. Here we have a prepared composition. It will look like that, a bit shorter. And so I can see the central point of the composition, so I can find where more or less will be the center of the picture. If you work with the photo, so it's some kind of sketch. If you have live model, so you need to draw initial sketch, and so you can see the future composition, and you can also see where it is. So I can see that the point of the head is somewhere like this. So I needed just to put the right composition on my paper. So let's try to make it. So somewhere here, I have the middle of my paper. So almost all parts of the face will be on this part. So next thing that usually I do is just to put a composition on the paper. Just it's like very simple stuff, very light sketch. But I will. Okay, here will be the face. Here will be our. This is just the beginning of the drawing. Nothing special. You don't need to make any details, because if you draw all details initially, sometimes composition is not good, and you need to erase everything and begin from the beginning. So not good. So it's better to start it like that. So next thing that I need to choose is the highest point of the face, of the head actually, and the lowest point. But now we don't see all head, so we have this visible thing and here. So this is quite, I take it by eye. So, and again. So let's take it like this. And next thing that we need to find is the widest part of the face. So the widest part of the face will be, okay, let's take, how to call this bone? I forgot. Cheekbone. Yeah, the cheekbone to this point. So we found it already. And we can compare it with our vertical line. So we can see that it's 1 and a bit less than a half. And every single detail of the face, usually I compare like this. So that's called proportions, because proportions depends on each other always. So here will be the external point. So okay. Somewhere here. So then, and we can see that we have some kind of angle that face looks a bit down. And next thing that I'm going to find, it's the proportions. Usually, these proportions from the eyebrows to the nose and to the chin are the same. 1, 2, and usually to the hairs. But we don't have here any hair, but we can find the point of our head as well. So let's find it. So here will be eyebrows, and I need to divide into 2 parts. This. So next thing that I'm going to draw is the external line of the face. This thing is just by eyes. All these proportions we put just to do not lose these face features, and that's all. In the end, we will draw more detailized and so on, but initially we just need to find all these details. And if you don't need some line, so it's better to erase it, because you can be confused with a lot of lines. And here we have some interesting thing, because the view is just a moment. So here, look, we have the line that goes here to the neck, and this is line of the shoe. So we need to remember about this thing too. It's not a part of the chin, it's lowest part of the shoe, sorry. So now I'm going to draw the eyebrows. So I have lines here. So we have one vertical line and all other lines are perpendicular to this line. So we can find the direction of all our horizontal face features. And another very important thing is to put a nose. It's really important because the nose is the only one vertical structure of the face. And the position of the nose, especially of the basis of the nose, we can find comparing again. So we can put a vertical line here that goes through the nostril, compare it with this part, and compare with this part. And we can find one and almost two. So if we compare all this distance, so we can find that it's almost 3 parts. 1, 2, yeah, almost 3 parts. Yeah. Yeah, we don't see the external line of the nose. It's actually, it's almost invisible, but okay, it's a bit, you know, this form like an arch. So if we put vertical line, we can find the origin of the eye. Yeah, we don't see a lot of things because they are in the shadow. But if you don't see something, don't hesitate, you know, to how to say it, to craft it. There is nothing, you know, special, because here we have big shadow with really dark tint. So anyway, all pencil will be covered by the color, by the dark tints. And usually I show some, you know, some lines of the shadow. It helps me when I paint with watercolor. And again, the position of the eyes, they are always at the, you know, we have perpendicular lines, they are all have symmetry. So here we can paint the second eye. It's almost the same size, but usually a bit shorter than this one, because we have the view of the face when this part of the face is bigger than this one. So obviously the second eye will be a bit smaller. And this girl has a really tiny lips, not, you know, usually, okay, we have a teenager, not really a child. So she has the proportions of adult person, almost the same. But then she has a really unique characteristics, such as small lips. And you can see that the level of the lips, you can compare it with Again, we have a lot of lines to compare. And now we can put, so if we have eyes, we can put down the line and we can find the external angle of the mouth. And then we have nose. And if we put vertical line, so we can see that the left angle of the lips are a bit more, how to say it, more in. So we have a distance here. So the size will be like this. And then lips are quite, they have a value. So they are not flat. The line of the lips is not like that. It's always a bit round. Of course, it's some sketchy way to show the drawing, but when I have more time, of course, I work harder on it. So now more or less all face features are ready. We just need to erase all these lines because they can confuse us. And then I just need to sorry, why doesn't it work? I just need to finish all the decoration stuff. Yeah, we need to, and we can see that the line of the neck, again, at the same line, as the external angle of the lips. It's very important because neck can be moved here and it can look, you know, broken. So it's better to compare with, you know, with something that we already have. Yeah, and to draw all other parts, so we don't need to pay too much attention to them. Yeah, and the level of this head, we can compare again with the mouth. So if we put a horizontal line, we can find where the head begins. So here we have some decoration element. And the livers. Yes, it's very light sketch. The next step will be, you know, a really detailed drawing. But today it's like, you know, demos. So let's go to painting watercolor because, you know, very detailed drawing you can find on the lessons that we prepared for you with Artefacto school. And it's in the first part of the child portrait. And now that is upcoming new one, we have really detailed drawings there. So let's do not lose time and let's paint. So as my technique of watercolor is wet on wet, but you should remember that this technique is very, how to say, it depends a lot of climate, of you know, air conditioner, of people who are next to you if there are a lot of people, so that can be a problem actually. And so it's better to make it wet again and again and always check it. So first of all, I'm wetting the backside of the paper. So it should be totally wet. Yes, there is there is another type of paper like 425 grams or 600 grams or even 800 grams. Of course, they hold water much better than 300 grams, but it's not good for demo actually, because to make wet such kind of paper can take a lot of time. So the backside is ready. Yeah. Yeah, and another thing, if you are going to paint in really dark tones, so it's better to make all details, especially in the shadows, a really strong drawing. Because when I'm going to make a big wash with quite saturated color, so if okay, I more or less I can orientate in my drawing even if I don't see it, but sometimes the view of the face can be quite difficult. So it's better to make a really detailed thing with very strong pencil, just to see them under the first layer of color. And you can see that I can wash some drawing as well. It's better to leave the paper like this, maybe for a few minutes, just to make it saturated with water. So now I'm in the room where air conditioner works. So actually the paper dries quite fast, and I will do my best to show you how to manage these things too. So I need to make it wet quite often. Okay, now it's ready, and you can see that it's really shiny. Of course, actually we can work on this surface as well, but we can't paint any details just because, when it's too wet, so there is no control on the process. So we need to dry a bit the area where we're going to work. And the first thing that I'm going to paint will be the whole face and the neck. Miroslava, if there is any questions, you can ask, because I can talk and answer the questions as well at the same time. So I dried it a bit, and if you touch it, it feels cold, and it means that the paper is ready to be used. If you touch it here, it's really wet, too wet, but it holds, it keeps all the paper in good condition. And before we begin to paint, we need to water to save them, because the eye is wet and round, and this point shows that the person is alive. Another really light thing is here, and the highlight on the lower lips. So we just save it and do not touch it. It will be the color of the paper. And let's begin. So if I told before, I will use the big brush because I need to cover big surface, and actually I will do my best to finish it in one row, in one step. And when I begin to paint with such saturated colors such as red colors, orange ones, so don't be don't be scared, because as I told, this one of the characteristic of this paper is that in the end all colors will be dull. And another characteristic is the technique. Actually, when you paint wet on wet, the same problem. You paint too bright in the beginning, so it's quite dull in the end. So you need to understand this, the just unique stuff of this technique. So initially I need to paint much brighter. So let's dance. This is Rosiana. And the first wash should be quite wet, and well as well. So, and this is Pyrrole Orange. And maybe a bit of Peacock Blue. And look, we can touch the hat as well, because if you can see that the hat is a bit darker than the skin tone, the light part of the skin tone, so there is no problem to to cover it a bit with the skin tone. Now it's permanent red light or scarlet, whatever you have. A bit of orange, a bit of opera. More orange, more opera. So now I'm painting all shadows. Again, orange and opera. Just be careful with the lights. So the eye I can cover. So all shadows should be covered. The biggest aim is to separate light from the shadow. And we need to cover the second part of the face as well. Yeah, looks scary, but just wait till the end. It will be okay. And don't forget about the highlight on the lips. And let's make softer everything. And if you think that some color goes too far, so remember that till it's wet, you can take away everything you want. And let's take orange. We need to make the reflex. Maybe I will take some scarlet. And yeah, I can use, the white surface of the brush and its angle. So you can see that you can use it like this as well. But if you want to have more control, so it should be a bit drier. So I will manage all my washes right now, just after I put all shadow that I would like to put.
Anna,
Yes.
somehow when you have the vertical format of your video, can you please adjust it?
Just a moment. Yes, of course I can. Yeah, just a moment.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So, and again, so you can see how these colors can be really bright, but just let's check them in the end. And just make wet everything so the color can run a bit. Sometimes watercolor does amazing job, much better than me. So sometimes it just just to follow it. And now I want to correct some form. Just clean it a bit. Yeah, you need to correct it anytime because the watercolor is very alive when it's so wet, but actually so beautiful when it works. Yeah, and it's better to make soft all these things because lately we come back. So now I'm going to take this brush smaller just to construct the face features. So now I'm going to use this permanent alizarin crimson. Let me find it, it's here. But when I do something really dark, I need to dry my brush, because if it contains a lot of water, so it's quite hard to control all the process. So it's better to make it a bit drier, but the basics of the brush, because if you dry the point, so you will take away the pigment. So let's add a bit of ultramarine. I don't like the tint. Let's take a bit more scarlet. And actually you can touch eyebrows as well a bit. But if it's so dry as the air is so dry as mine right now, so it's better to work quite fast, because I can feel that, you can see that it's already it's drying so fast. So let's make it faster. Here we have the reflex. I think you saw that this part was really dark in the beginning, but it depends. If you compare with something, you can see that now I'm painting really dark colors, and you can see that now it looks much lighter. And again, a bit of scarlet, a bit of orange, a bit of alizarin crimson. And it's very important that the color runs much fast. It's drying too fast, so I need to take the brush a bit bigger, because yeah, it's much faster to continue it like this. And a bit of orange again. And here we can add a bit of peacock blue and orange, and again some lilac. Oh, not lilac, it's a crimson. And again, let's make something. Let's clean some stuff. Let's make softer if it goes too far. Yeah, and actually the big form is almost finished. Just to make some things a bit softer, more exact. Yeah, when it's still wet, so you can see it can be cleaned. So now I'm going to paint the eyes and eyebrows and lips, and to finish all stuff. So, and here, actually we have a light point of the head. So I would like to actually to save it. And as you can see, I can take away some color. And again, let's take smaller brush. This alizarin together with Van Dyke brown. And now it's like, you know, almost without water. So you can see that it's like that, not very wet. So again, I'm painting quite dark tones. Just now you can see that all previous tones that I did weren't actually really dark. So now it's much darker. And every time it's like this, every single, now, yeah, I can see that, you know, it's dry so fast. But we need this contrast because, you know, if you don't have contrast, you can't show these lights. And again, I'm taking Van Dyke brown and alizarin crimson. And here we have the shadow too. Paint it a bit. And about the volume, so you can see that the shadow next to the light is always darker than other stuff. So it shows it shows that this point is closer to us. And now I need to paint the neck as well. But it dries so fast. Okay, I will do my best. And here again, the connection between light and shadow is always emphasized by the really dark one, with the really dark shadow, like, you know, a line. Here it should be softer. Okay, let's use a bigger brush. And we need to continue with the lips and second eye. Let's take opera and orange. The mix of these two colors gives such a saturated, really gentle lips tint. So upper lip usually is a bit darker than lower one. Of course, it depends on the light, but here we can see that this rule works. And let's make it a bit softer. And add some dark line between lips. We need to, to separate them. And I'm taking again alizarin crimson together with Van Dyke brown. And here we have some small light points that I would like to show. So now it's time to paint another, right? Also with a mix of alizarin crimson, a bit of water. And let's make it softer. And now I need to put pupils. And I'm going to use a bit of ultramarine and sepia. And maybe to put some, again, dark points, maybe not. And I'm adding a bit of alizarin crimson again. Yeah, because a person without pupils, some strange person actually, so it's better to paint a few, maybe two at least. And again, as you can see, when I add some dark points, so the portrait looks really brighter. And actually the face is almost ready, maybe just to continue the eyebrows. And yeah, and now we can continue with the head. And here I'm going to take raw sienna. With, you can use all colors that are on your palette. And remember that the color of the head is darker than the face tone. So it helps us to show the face light, the light on the face. And now I'm adding Van Dyke brown together with alizarin and ultramarine, maybe a bit of sepia, because we need to paint really dark tones. But again, everything should be reddish because the light is like that. a bit more of raw sienna and orange. And let's make a bit softer everything. And now I'm adding ultramarine and sepia and a bit of ultramarine, Van Dyke brown. Such as alizarin crimson. More orange. Maybe a bit of the gray. And here we should be careful with the line of the face. And now you can see when the dark stuff appears, so the face doesn't look that dark. So I know that everybody afraid the really dark tints, but you can see that if you put really dark background, so it looks much better. I mean, it looks very harmonic. So now I'm adding again ultramarine, a bit of Van Dyke, a bit of alizarin. More Van Dyke, more alizarin. This is the line and shadow of the head. Let's make here a bit softer because I need to continue this area. And now a bit of lilac tints for the decoration on the head. There is some flower on it, a bit of pinky. And let's draw a bit of figure. More blue-gray. So blue-gray is wonderful to paint some white things. And now we need to paint dark background, especially left part. And I'm going to use ultramarine and raw sepia. But to create such a really dark tint, I need to use the color almost just freshly from the tube. Because if you use water, so it doesn't look really dark. And now look, really dark color looks like that. But you can see the brush is almost dry. So I use only water that is on the paper. And again, maybe we can take some dioxazine that I didn't use today, but I think ultramarine and sepia does it better. Do it better. And now we can make it a bit lighter using blue-gray or peacock blue, more ultramarine. For example, to make the hat, if the hat is darker than the background, so it looks much more valuable. And usually the part of the background that is next to the light part of the face is darker. So there is no problem to make darker, to make lighter this part of the picture. And I need to make hat a bit darker.
Anna, some people are writing, oh great, every brush stroke is in the right place. Best ever explaining and sharing instructor.
Thank you very much. I'm really
It
so
looks
mixed
amazing
with
already.
Thank you. Yeah, just a few strokes left, just to make shadows on the camiseta, on mi español, on the clothes.
Yeah, wow, amazing, expressive demo. Thank you. I think I need to work more with a flat brush. Amazing, beautiful. Many thanks again. I'm surprised to see that there are no backgrounds.
Yeah, the background
So
is always a
amazing.
trick because it is just to express and emphasize the portrait. So I did my best. I hope everybody likes it.
This is so amazing. Excellent demo. Anna is so wonderful. I learned so much from Anna. Beautiful. Something in Spanish or I don't know which language. Anyways, I do not speak it.
So here we go. So of course it's it's a quite fast demo for me, but I did my best, to try to express everything I have to show you. And yeah, of course, in our course that is pre-filmed, it's much slower and better explained and so on and so on. Here we have some kind of express.
Yeah. Someone wrote here, yeah, amazing, but it's too fast. Oh yeah, it is. It is. So yeah, that's kind of like the drawback of painting online. Yeah, so in our paid program, no paid courses, you can stop anytime. You can decrease the speed and adjust it to your own speed of painting. So you can stop at any time, replay it, and so on. But we're gonna tell about this a bit later.
So,
Stunning,
I
beautiful.
can show my face.
Yes, amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, the details. You can see that I didn't paint so many details. No details, almost. Yeah, okay, so a bit of eyes and that's all. But in general, the portrait looks quite harmonic. And you can see that all dark stars that were, I mean, the light was quite dark painted, but now you can see that it doesn't look that dark. So that's why you don't need to be afraid of dark colors. Just a moment. Here I am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Super, especially on the color mixes. It's not so easy to catch the various mixes. Stunning. Thanks a million. Wow. Awesome. Thank you. Very elegant and wonderful. Oh, I'm not going to read it all. You need to believe me. There are so many compliments here. Amazing. I've never tried portrait, but you've inspired me to try one.
Oh,
I think that's success.
Yeah, I'm trying to manage my lamp.
Yeah, that we inspire with our free online workshops and with our courses, you to create art. And that's a big applause to all of you who painted along. And for those of you who participated in this workshop, that you're moving into the right direction, you're making your life better, you're investing in yourself, in your hobby, and that's really priceless.
Yeah,
yeah, amazing, amazing. Again, something in Spanish. I think it's something good. Gracias. I think that's something good. Yeah. Incredible beauty, great teacher, wonderful, so well explained. Thank you. Oh, so many comments here. Thank you, Anna. For those of you who got inspired, for those of you who wants to try a little bit more, and for those of you who want to learn how to paint amazingly beautiful children portrait, we are now going to be presenting the new course by Anna. And here we go. That's, as I said, like that's the course devoted to painting children portraits, and in which it's kind of like the second step of the course, which Anna already has, also devoted to children portrait. You can find it easily on our website. Here we're going to be talking about light and how to tell a story with your painting, yeah? So that it's not just about like pure portrait in standard position, yeah? But it's about light and it's about backgrounds, yeah? As Anna said today, that's one of the most challenging topics, is how to find the right background, how to make it look harmonious with the portrait. We're going to create sunny, really sunny children portraits with very saturated colors, and going to learn how to paint face features and combine and depict light. Yeah, here you can read a little bit about Anna. And so, yeah, this course consists of 8 lessons with total duration of approximately 4 hours, with detailed explanations in English, shooted with a professional cameraman from 2 different camera angles, so you'll be able to see every single detail. And at the end of this course, you're going to make 3 paintings with lovely children, with interesting expressions. That's also one of the pain points which you also mentioned today, is how to depict like different emotions, and how to actually make children look like children, yeah, and not like old people. This is the course for intermediate and advanced watercolorists, yeah, who want to refine their portrait painting skills, would like to get more control over their water and pigment, and who want to learn how to choose the right skin tone and how to mix it. And for those of you who dream to capture and paint the portraits of your children, of your grandchildren, of your of the children of your friends, and so on, with watercolor. Anna, am I right that this is the course for intermediate to advanced students? It's not okay for beginners.
Yeah, it's. I think even beginners can try, but I think it's better to, if you have never ever tried to draw or paint portraits, so it's better to try first part of this course, previous one, because this one here we have, the face expressions, not just, a calm expression of the face, normal one, because children here are smiling, I don't know, playing with flowers and so on. So, bright face expressions. And I think it's like a second step. So the first one, it's better for beginners. It's better to try the first part of child portraits.
Yeah.
This one,
so if
this one is really for intermediate and advanced.
Yeah. So if you are a beginner, I would now like to ask my colleague to send the link in the chat. It's better for you to consider the course, the part 1, yeah, also devoted to children portraits, also by Anna Ivanova. So yeah, you can consider this if you are already have some knowledge and you know how to work with watercolor, and you are consider yourself to be somewhere between maybe beginner and intermediate and above, then that's the course for you. So here you can watch, if you press the button below the video, join the course, You can also watch here an amazing short video which we prepared for you about all the paintings on this course. And now I would like Anna to tell you a little bit about the course, what she would like you to learn and take out of this course. Just a small remark that we splitted all the paintings which we are going to paint in this course into two parts. So part number one is the drawing. That's what Anna already said today. Here it's going to be like detailed drawing with explanations and so on. In comparison to the drawing which we had today, was kind of like high level high level drawing. But in the course, Anna is going to guide you through the process of creating detailed drawings. So that's number one, and that's the painting which we're gonna be painting. Anna, could you say a few words about this painting, what you want people and students to learn here in this particular lesson? What is the aim and so on?
The aim is to show, the calm atmosphere about the sunny day in the life of a child. And here we have, and it's about the light and it's about the atmosphere. You can see that the light is very average. That actually is quite hard to paint because we don't have many shadows, many details as well. Because when the light is contrast, you always have something, easier to catch. So here the main aim is to express this face, very calm expression with face. And you can see that the colors of the day are orange and green. They are actually they're very beautiful together. And it's the story about it as well. So, and it's quite hard to paint them as well. And you will see that I painted this face using green and orange. So, and this lesson is about, how to say, to solve your fear in using quite strange colors, and they can look so soft, especially in child portrait.
Thank you. Here we're capturing the magical moments of dreaming,
and because
dreaming of the better,
like
dreaming of the better future. And that's something unique about children who are not afraid to dream. And I think that's the moment which every parent would like to capture, or every grandparent would like to capture in the life of their children. And that's so magical and so beautiful, and such soft transitions. And again, here we're going to be talking about background and how to deal with it. The next one.
The next one is much more complicated because it has completely another background. We have a very beautiful tint of the skin, but at the same time we have very contrast light, and we need to show, and the tint of the skin and the bright shadows. And you can see that here we have really curly hair that quite, extremely interesting to paint. And and this lesson I will show you how to connect all these pieces of the work, because we have and portrait and flowers and background, and it's really interesting and endless story to paint, because here we have a really, live story, a girl under the spring light touching the flowers, and I don't know, magic.
So concentrated in picking the flowers and watching them and watching every single detail. So once again, it's not like a usual course about portrait where we're going to be dealing
it's like
with
some kind of story in the picture.
How to say story with your painting and with your watercolor. I think that's what we all need it for, to tell our stories to the world, to your families, to your friends, to the audience. Very beautiful. And we're going to be working a lot with background. And the last one,
this is my favorite.
not the least.
Yeah, here we have how to say, the lights from the back. Actually, it's also very tricky stuff. And here we have a really difficult light, a difficult face expression, and details such a bouquet of flowers and flowers on the background. So this lesson, I think it's the most difficult from all course.
Yeah, that's why it's at the end of the course. So the idea is that to the last lesson of this course, you're going to be able to manage it. Yeah, as this is something not so easy, like the most difficult one. Yeah, I see all your questions. There was a question. Will you be using Procreate in your drawings for your class?
Procreate, yes, I use always. I mean, even during the process of the lesson, I use Procreate, and during the backfeed too. I mean, feedback. See, yes.
Yeah, no worries.
I confuse Spanish and English. I have fun English.
Yeah. So actually, Anna is always, if you decide to join the plan, I'm going to tell about this just in a second. If you decide to join the plan with feedback from Anna, then your feedback is going to be in Procreate. So she's always like changing something, especially in the courses devoted to portraits. And if it relates, the comment relates to the drawing parts, she's always like changing it.
You can see all corrections because it's a photo and video of the process, so it's quite useful.
Yeah, it's like kind of the screen capturing of her feedback, like when she changes, and it's so interesting to watch it. We're gonna I think we're gonna put it on Instagram tomorrow, some of the examples when Anna is giving feedback using Procreate. So, and it's so interesting to see it when just moving some lines, just 1 millimeter to the right or to the left, and the painting changes, the drawing changes completely. It's like an absolutely different person. So that's why, and that's what
the feedback is really important, actually, especially in drawing, because as I told before, that 50% of success is drawing, initial one.
Yeah. So we're gonna put it tomorrow on Instagram. It's Artefacto_school, and you can all see it and see how important this is. Okay, so at the end of this course, I think number one is that you're going to be able to capture your own kids, your own grandkids, the kids of your friends, families, and so on. This amazingly beautiful, the age, and when they're like so cute and nice, and do not like have any stereotypes in their heads, and so you're going to be able to capture it. Number two, many of our students are taking commissions, especially for children portraits and portraits in general. That's two most most demanded types of paintings. Is portrait, so are portraits, and including children portrait and adult portraits. So, and so that's one step towards monetization and making money on your hobby. For those of you who are already kind of comfortable with doing portraits, you're going to learn how to draw complicated face expressions from different angles. Because this is the course about this. It is not just about, like, as I said earlier, about standard like positions of the head. This is about expressions, and that's what all people would like to see on the portraits. And that's what many artists having difficulties with. Number two, you're gonna understand how to get the right skin tone in various lighting conditions. And number three, you're gonna learn how to paint the right and supporting complementary backgrounds. So that's very, very important. And that's the skill which you're gonna learn, which you're gonna apply also in any other type of paintings, because it doesn't matter what it is, yeah, whether it is like a portrait and with some background, or I don't know, this is a building with some background. It's the same, like the same question, yeah, and the same principles of how to choose the right backgrounds. And that's the course about this. Okay, so we have three different plans. The basic one, the standard, and elite. I'm going to tell you right now how do they differ from each other. So all of them, all three plans include 8 lessons with total duration of almost 4 hours, shooted with a professional cameraman from 2 different camera angles, and so on. At the end of this course, you're going to make 3 watercolor paintings, which we've just walked you through. Yeah. Number 3, you're going to have access to the students chat. That's one of our treasures, I would say, of our school, is our student chat, where you can get support, you can ask for feedback, you can, I don't know, discuss materials, discuss get support, get motivated, get some references from the fellows, and I don't know, just discuss different topics and understand that you're not alone in this world, and community is that what really matters in life or in anything you do. Yeah, is the community, is that what matters. Yeah. As a bonus, you're gonna get recording of today's workshop. So everyone who is not joining the course, they're gonna get recording for a couple of days. And those of you who are joining the course, you're getting recording for the lifetime, so you can watch it anytime you want. And apply this knowledge from today's session. So basic plan. So now what is different in these 3 plans? The basic plan, it gives you access to the course for 60 days. Yeah. And that's designed for those who know, okay, now I have 60 days, I have time to paint, to cover the course material, and I'm not going to come back to this afterwards. Yeah. So that's the people who do not like painting the same subjects, and so on. And it costs now only $49, which is approximately also 49 euros. Yeah, so that's the basic plan. You can press here, join the course, and you're going to be redirected to the payment page. In the standard plan, everything I've just described, but you're getting lifetime access to the course. So you can log into our learning platform and watch this the lessons of this course whenever you want. Yeah, so they're going to be always out there for you. And yeah, you can watch them anytime. It costs $10 more, basically $59, or approximately 58 euros. 58 euros. I don't think. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. 58 euros. Somehow I tried to convert it. And elite plan includes everything I've just said. So 8 video lessons, 3 watercolor paintings at the end, access to the students chat, and recording of the workshop, and lifetime access to the course. And also you're getting a certificate of completion of this course, and you're getting individual feedback from Anna within the next 75 days. So answering your question, you're going to be able to get feedback from Anna, and it's going to be done in Procreate. So you can, so you can see how she made the corrections, especially in the drawing part. Yeah, what is the price? You can see the price here. Elite costs $99, and it has only 10 places available for you. So when we hit 10 people on this plan, we're gonna close the sales. It's not gonna be possible to join it. To join this course with Anna's feedback. Yeah, so as we said, join the course and get the recording for free without any time limitations. Yeah, you're going to be able to watch this amazing demo and complement your course with one more painting whenever you have time. Yeah. As we always say, you bear no risks. In case of after 1 or 2 lessons of the course, you realize that watercolor is not for you, you'll get your money back. For the plans with feedback, basically for the elite plan, if the start date is not convenient, I don't know, you know that in the next 2 weeks you're going to be away with no access and no opportunity to paint. It's not a problem. We're going to freeze it for you absolutely for free. You just drop us a line at info@artefactoschool.online, and we're going to freeze this course for you. Yeah. And as we said, these are going to be the pre-recorded video lessons, which you will be able to watch anytime you want. You do not need to be online. Yeah. So now, any questions? How long will this offer be available? For the next 4 days. So the next 4 days, you can join this course at the discounted prices. And yeah. Okay. Thank you, Anna. That was so amazing and inspiring. I've seen some of your questions during this workshop. If you can now write them again, we'll be happy to answer them. And we always get asked the same question about essence. As I said, that's gonna be just a second. That's going to be pre-recorded video lessons stored on our learning platform. The learning platform has an English interface. It also has Spanish and Italian interfaces if you wish. Yeah. And that's how it looks like. I don't know, let's go here, for example. Yeah, that's going to be watercolor part. In the first lesson, we did like the drawing part, and here it is watercolor. So you can play it, stop it anytime you want, play backwards, play forward, and so on. And we split it into 2 parts. So you can start with the first one and then continue with the second one. You always can see here the references, which you can download. And you also can see here the final work of Anna, which you can also download and see it closer with all the details. Yeah, so that's how the course looks like. So it's the same with the other courses. For example, this one, that's the pencil drawing part for the final task. So always you can see here photo reference and the pencil drawing part, which you can also download. And there was also a question about tracing. If you wish, you can also do the tracing. Yeah, we know like many people who do not want to do the drawing part. So yeah, you can also do the tracing if that's what you like, because that's your hobby. That's what needs to make fun and be enjoyable and be pleasant for you. So we're not pushing you and saying, no, you have to do the drawing on your own.
No. Everybody's
you don't have to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you don't have to. You can trace it. We are also enclosing, as I said, the drawing. Yeah, so you can change the contrast, make it very bright, and then just do the tracing. That's absolutely fine. Can Anna explain in German and Spanish too? I think Anna can explain in Spanish. In German, I don't think so.
In
Yeah.
German,
No.
I'm sorry. Entschuldigung Sie bitte.
Uh,
And that's all.
eh,
In Spanish, yes,
yeah.
much better than in German.
Yeah. Is the course only in English? Yes, the course is only in English. What is the difference between paint in tubes and half pens? Which do you prefer to use?
I prefer tubes. For me, it just, how to say it, there is more colors in the tube and they're always prepared for the painting. And if I want to make some really dark tones, I always use colors directly from the tube without water. So it helps a lot. Yeah, yeah, and I can save some money with it.
Yeah. Once dry, do you want to correct some values on areas painted by wet and wet? For example, the cheek, is that possible to re-wet the area, or should you start over from the start?
Yeah, you can re-wet, but usually when I want to continue my work and I already put a lot of colors, or I want to correct something after I finish it, so I just wet background, not background, back side of the picture. So it makes the paper a bit wetter and it let me work, continue to work. Of course, it's not the same as totally wet paper, but so at least we have this. Yes, of course, you can continue the picture.
What was the reason for not leaving the whites of the eyes white?
For me, the best white is the color of the paper, and it's for me, of course. And as I'm very lazy person, I don't use any, how to say it, masking fluid or opaque as well, because if you I don't like masking fluid yet, because yes, it's easier to predict when you want to put this liquid fluid, but when you take it off, then you need to correct all these lines because borders are too strict and I don't like it. I prefer very soft everything. And again, I don't want to lose time with liquid fluid because you need to put it, need to wait when it's dry, then you need to dry the paper, and so too many gestures.
Yeah. Okay. There was a question, how to join the course. You need to find the button right below the video. It's called join the course, and you're going to be redirected to the page, to the website. Gonna show it again. You're gonna be redirected here. If you press the button, you're gonna be redirected here on our website, and yeah, so you can read once again about the course and what is included and different plans. And decide which one you want to join. And yeah, so basically, once you make the payments, the course is going to be available to you just in a couple of minutes. You're going to get an email with all the instructions, what to do, where to go. If you are new to our school, if you're not new to our school, then you can easily go to this section, which is called, here you can see education, and you can see all your courses which you have ever bought in our school. Okay. I measured and squared the painting on tracing paper and then transferred it onto my watercolor paper. This saved rubbing out on my watercolor paper. Yeah, that's, as we said, like that's also the way you can work with this. I know just that there are different, like people have different approaches. Yeah, some people really want to understand how to do this drawing part and to know about the proportions and everything. And that's amazing. big applause to you. And there are people who just really want to have fun, and that's the pleasure. They don't want to stress themselves and so on. And it's also big applause to you. Yeah. If you, and that's amazing. I mean, both ways are okay. It just depends on your purpose and your final goal. Yeah. Or what you want to achieve. Could I start the elite course in September? So, and then the honest feedback will my yes, I have eye surgery. Yes, sure, no problem. You can join it now. And as I said, just drop us a line, an email at info@artefactoschool.online, or write us on Instagram. It's artefacto_school, or wherever you want. Yeah, and we're gonna freeze it for you absolutely for free. Yeah, so in the elite plan, it's just 75 days when you're going to be getting feedback from Anna. And yes, you can freeze it. You can buy it now and then say us, okay, I want to freeze it for 2 months, and then start it in 2 months. That's absolutely fine. No problem at all. It's free of charge. And starting from that point, you're going to have your 75 days. But the access to the course materials is going to be for the lifetime. So you can watch it whenever you want. For example, you can do all the paintings with Anna's feedback. And then, I don't know, come back to it in, I don't know, in a year, in half a year, 2 years, and so on. And you can always watch it again. And we know that it's very, has very positive impacts, because you already progress through the time, and you can watch it again and you see all the explanations and nuances from the different angle. So basically, because you are already on a higher level and you see some other meaning in the explanations, and you can get better results and so on. That's very rewarding. With lifetime access, can you start course anytime? Correct? Yes, Kathy, it's correct. So yeah, if you're joining the plan with lifetime access, you can start it whenever you have time. You don't need to write us anything. Yeah, I want to freeze my course or whatsoever. It's going to be in your, it's going to be on our learning platform. So you can log in with your email and password and start the course. Yeah. Okay. So how to protect the pictures of final work? Do you put it in the frame?
It depends. Some of the pictures I put on the frame, but most of them are in the folder. It should be just a quite dark, dry place to save them for a long time. And that's all. Or maybe even if you put it on the frame, so it's better to avoid direct sunlight. So sunlight is not good for any technique. I mean, and oil doesn't like it, or pasta or whatever. So it's better to avoid just direct sunlight, and that's all.
Yeah. How many feedback does Anna provide during the course? So basically, you're going to be getting feedback on your drawings, on your watercolor part, again on your drawings, on your watercolor part. So on all the lessons which are included in the course. The only thing which we do not include in the feedback is, for example, if you want to paint something on your own and then you upload it in the course, then it's not included. But all the paintings which you do during the course, following the demonstrations, are do include the feedback. Some people, it depends also on you. Yeah, for example, sometimes really some of the students are already on such a high level that they need like minor corrections, and some need more. And there are like some iterations with respect to the feedback. For example, you do the drawing, so version number 1, let's say Anna is giving you feedback saying, okay, here change, here is good. Then you are redrawing it or incorporating the comments. Then Anna also can look at it and also like give you some comments on this. Some people do not like decide, but that their own decision. Yeah, they decide not to redo the painting. and that's also obviously okay. Yeah, some are redoing the paintings. I know many of our students are redoing the paintings once, twice, more, even more times. Yeah, at the moment, the paper most easily available here is 160. What are the disadvantages of using anything less than 300 gram?
The paper dries faster. This is the only thing. It's not bad at all. You just need to rewet it faster, or how to say? Yeah, more frequently.
Any more questions? There were so many questions during the workshop. I missed the demo. I'm interested in this, and can I see a replay of the demo later? Yes, you can. It's going to be available for a couple of days, starting from tomorrow. You're going to receive an email with the recording from our school, and then you're gonna have I think 2 days of access to this recording. And yeah, afterwards you can buy it on our website, or if you are joining the course, you're gonna get it for free. So anyways, does watercolor needs fixative?
No, it doesn't need, because it's not a powder or pastel or charcoal. No, it doesn't need any fixative.
Which other colors would work well as backgrounds?
Which what?
Which other colors would work well as a background? I don't know, does this question refer to? I think to this, to the one, to the painting we made today, or I don't know.
I prefer, if I want to make something really dark, I always use ultramarine and sepia. Even if I want to make it dark purple one, I just add these two colors to any color if I want to make it dark, and that's all.
How to obtain the texture of color? It seems like oil.
But if you see it, how to say, closer, it's really transparent.
Yeah.
It just depends on the wet surface and the quality of the colors. So you can get any bright colors on your paper if it's good in quality and the paper is ready for this technique. So the paper should be wet.
Yeah, and as Anna said before, it's always getting dull after it's dry.
Yeah, so maybe you need always paint brighter initially.
Yeah, so that not to get frustrated at the end when it gets dry. Yeah. Okay, so then once again asking, do you have any more questions? If not, then we're going to be finishing. If yes, then take your chance and ask the questions. Thank you for this great workshop. I'll have to do this painting again, but it was fun to paint along. That's great. We're happy that you liked it. And you can be proud of yourself that you did it and invested in yourself, in your hobby, and that's really deserves applauses. Do you do field work? I mean, plein air, I think. If yes, do you work the same way?
Actually, I don't like plein airs. I mean, I have sometimes live models, but I work in the studio, and yes, I do. I use the same technique.
Can I see the final results? We will send the photo of the final result of today's workshop. Loved painting along. Thank you. So thank you for being here. It was a great pleasure for us. Thank you, Anna, for sharing so much, tons of useful information, and sharing with us the nuances of painting this beautiful girl in this extreme bright color. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks to everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah, join the course of Anna while it's with the discounts. And yeah, so stay in touch and see you on the course.
See you.
Yeah, see you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.